Here he is, the most controversial man in MMA betting. I mean, look at that face.
I mean, just controversy.
I mean, talk about dragging someone through the mud. Here I am trying to enjoy a nice little Friday afternoon with the family.
Here you are trying to enjoy
and I'm
nice Friday. I'm literally at the Museum of Natural History with my parents. My parents are in town visiting me.
From Georgia?
From Georgia.
To the big city.
The big city,
Wow,
man.
first time?
Not their first time ever, but first time since I moved up here.
Big deal.
Big deal, man. Got to see the spot, got to see where I worked, everything like that. You know, we're having a nice day.
What do you mean where you work? They came here?
They didn't get to come into the office. They don't.
You went outside.
Yeah, they got to see the building.
You guys came all the way just to stand outside?
Well, their hotel was actually the DoubleTree right down the road, so it worked out.
Coincidentally?
Coincidentally, yes, literally.
There you are, spending a nice Friday afternoon.
Yeah.
Controversy, right?
Yeah, man, great Friday afternoon. I'm looking at the T-Rex fossils and everything, and then, you know, the Twitter just starts blowing up. You're texting me, you're asking what this is all about. So, yeah, we get called out on Twitter for doing the aggregate parlay for Bellator. I mean, the stacked, the levels, the progressive, whatever you want to call it, where you just add picks as you go along. We get called out by Cody Saftik, who has, I will admit, he's made his bread and butter with that style, with that strategy to do it. And before I dive into it, I have no issues with Cody. I like him when I listen to his stuff. I'm a big fan. He's super knowledgeable. He's good on the air. He's good at what he does. But you don't own a betting style. Like, you don't own a strategy. You're not the only one that bets that way. But I was more than happy to give him shine for it, give him credit where credit is due, because he has found success with that style. But it's a Bellator card with a ton of enormous favorites. There's only so many ways that you can bet it. If you're going to take singles, you're pretty much forced to take dogs or props. So with the parlay and with everything going on, I decided to do the aggregate way. It's not the first time I've ever bet that way. It's probably not going to be the last time I bet that way either. But him calling me out didn't really bother me. The part of it that bothered me was everyone in the comments being like, "Oh, this guy stole all of his picks from Cody. This guy, is making up these lines to make himself look better." Everyone's saying, I'm lying about the lines, saying I beat the book and everything. But no one's adding me. No one's like, yeah, man, show us a ticket. I literally saw one comment that was like, we could solve all this if he would just drop a ticket. And it's just like, so at me then, and I'll drop the ticket. And then, finally that comment gets back to me, and I gladly drop the ticket because, we have receipts in this betting game, and all the odds, all the lines match exactly what I said that they were. And
of course, I mean, it's a ridiculous statement. What was also interesting about it was somehow I got involved in this. Where it was,
they kept saying they were your picks. They were like, someone kept coming at me. They were like, how are you going to put these graphics out with Helwani's name on them and make no ownership of them? It's just like
total jabrones.
You just don't get the show, man.
And then, no, they don't get the show. I didn't know that making picks was proprietary, information, someone's gimmick. I actually met Cody way back in the day. He was a cameraman for the Fight Network. And then it's interesting. You meet someone, they're nice, and then all of a sudden, you fast forward a few years and they're talking smack on social media. I was like, I don't know what's going on here. I was just trying to enjoy my Friday, and all of a sudden I'm getting, shots. I'm already a little vulnerable from my ex-friend DC stabbing me in the back. And so I just say, hey, what's up? Because where I come from, Big J journalism, Syracuse University, Newhouse, plagiarism's a big thing, stealing content, stealing ideas, big thing. Never done that, never will do that. And so I was just trying to, clear the air. It gets heated. Of course, inevitably, there's always a backtrack, and that's fine. But I will say this, who was for, again, I reiterate, and of course, people are going to say, oh, you have to say it by yourself. But of course I'm going to say it by myself. They don't call me Foxhole Helwani for nothing. Who was first there? Who was in the fray saying, give me whatever, I'll jump in there, I'll take a bullet for you? Who was first? Tell them who was first. I mean, I was in there.
I mean, you're the one who texted me, asking me what it's all about. You've already fired the tweets off. I'm not as big J journalist as you. I'm not Syracuse or everything, but I did graduate with a journalism degree from Georgia. So, yes, like plagiarism, stealing, that is just not something that I want to involve myself with at all. And I mean, just like, not only were the lines exactly matching everything that I said, because they were the lines, they also proved that I took it much earlier in the week, even though I gave the picks out on the show on Wednesday, which, I did a little digging. His Bellator video didn't come out till Thursday night. So all this talk that I stole the picks is just complete nonsense.
Listen, we did a great thing here. I'm sure, his fans, all of a sudden they're like, we're the army coming to get you. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about right now. I am completely lost in all of this. Are we arguing about bets here? Like, what is going on? And I'm pretty sure my guy made his bets on Wednesday. So shut up and sit down.
I actually made these bets on Monday when the lines open, and they were like, I saw these comments just being like, this guy's saying he got all the opening lines. There's no way that's possible. Except it was possible, and we had to drop the ticket. I mean, what I say last week. If we're not anything on this segment, we're honest here.
Yes.
When we lose, we're going to be honest with you. We lose here. I'm going to give you the exact picks that I take. If you don't believe me, if you don't think I got the lines that I got, feel free to just ask me. I'll drop the ticket every single time. I'm taking the exact picks at the exact lines that I give out to you guys. Whether you take them, whether you fade them, whether you ignore them, I do not care at all.
And so we've probably spent too much time talking about this.
Yes.
That does bring us to this past weekend.
Yeah. All this drama, man. Yeah. All this drama,
What happened?
Doesn't matter.
What happened?
I mean, it doesn't mean a damn thing because we flopped. We flopped bad. Good thing you're colorblind because there's about to be a lot of red on these betting recaps. We can start with the Bellator single. Cyborg, man. I had all the stats in the world to back this guy up. Did not work out for her. Cyborg comes out, knocks her out, and makes very short work of her. Then let's get to the parlays. Like you said, trying to enjoy the Friday evening. Shout out to our guy Sebi. Kills us right off the bat. I got this one at minus 550. Gets juiced all the way up to minus 1400.
That was the cruelest irony of all. All this talk about favorites and this and that on Bellator, like it's a sure thing, and the first dude loses.
Yes, all of that drama, all of this stealing picks and stealing styles and everything, and it dies. It dies right off the bat. So we finished down 3.75 units on Bellator, and then we go to UFC. We're hoping to have a nice bounce back on UFC. Curtain jerker, lose that. Miguel Baez, I mean, we had Chaos Williams on earlier, but he's chopping that leg. I'm thinking he's looking good, but Chaos guy's got that power. Comes from the one leg, knocks him out. Parlays get killed on UFC also, but we do finish with that Holloway round 4, round 5 decision. So last thing I remember is a win. So yeah, we can show the UFC parlays. Look at all that red, man.
Oh my gosh,
it's bad.
Is this one of your worst days ever?
It's
like
up
as
there,
a better.
Man. I mean, yeah. It's
I don't mean your life,
there.
obviously.
It wasn't a great Friday and Saturday if we really want to talk about it. It wasn't great, but losses are going to happen. But like a week like this is something that you want to avoid at all costs. Because like normally, we come in here, the losses are like a unit and a half, maybe 2 units. Last week I think it was 0.7, but this week was not great. We can pull up the full recap here. Oh my goodness.
Golly.
6.15 units down. I mean, it hurt making this graphic, man. I had to go from I think we were up like 13 units.
Yeah.
Drop it all the way down. I mean, we just chopped ourselves at the knees this week.
I mean, you talk about confidence.
Over 7 on parlays.
Oh my gosh. Do you feel like the confidence is a little shot at the moment?
I mean, it's definitely shot, but like what you got to remember is I've been betting a lot longer than these last 8 weeks here.
Sure. But there's a microscope on you now. Dare I say a big spotlight,
sure.
Right? I mean,
for sure. Yeah, it's definitely more in the spotlight. But you're gonna have these weeks eventually. But you also have to remember, at one point when we've won all 4 weeks, it feels like you're never gonna lose again, and then you fall into something like this, and you just have to remember like the ship will right itself. You will get back on track. You're going to stop having, such bad luck. It's like Ted Lasso. You got to just be a goldfish. You just got to forget it. You just got to.
So you're over it.
You just got to move on.
After this segment,
I'm over it. I'm gone. No, I'm already over it.
So your confidence is in shot. You're not second guessing yourself. You're already thinking.
I'm second guessing myself. I mean, it's every pick that I make this weekend because you don't want to make it 3 straight weeks. Like the bleeding has to stop eventually. You have to get it to stop. I mean, the good news is we want to take a positive out of this.
Yes.
We're racking the money up for Movember.
We are.
I mean, I said I'd give 50% of my winnings and I'd match the losses. So, I mean, that's just karma coming to bite my my cheap ass in the rear.
What are we at now?
I mean, we're down like almost 7 units in November.
But what is that math?
Yeah, I mean, that would be like roughly like $250,
Nice.
$300, which you said you'd match. So I'm
I
sure you're
will.
loving this as well. I'm just running I'm running a tab up on the Helwani dime here.
I'd be more than happy. When you have a thing like this, do you need to take a break, or do you start looking, Saturday, good card?
I mean, I've already looked into it.
Yeah.
I mean, I've actually already placed a bet for Saturday. I mean, if it got like really bad, I mean, we're still up since we started doing this pick. So like the bankroll is fine. I mean, that's the biggest key is bankroll management. Like you have to stay on top of that. You can't get reckless. You can't chase. I mean, if it got like really bad, we just continued to do this week after week. Yeah, I'd probably tap out for a couple weeks.
You can't tap out. You're actually not allowed to tap out. Then I have to sit here and make the picks, and everyone will hate me for it.
Yeah, I mean, you don't even make picks, and they hate you for it.
Yes, that is true. But no, the reason I didn't, I think I told you this, right? The reason I stopped making picks was because the fighters would actually get mad and not talk to me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't doubt that.
I had to make a decision while doing this show. Do I want to just make picks? It's because when I was on the Fox desk, they would tell us at the end of like the pre-show to make picks, and these were throwaway picks that meant nothing. And then I would go back to someone and be like, "Hey, do you want to come on the show?" And then all of a sudden they're like,
"You picked against me. Like I'm not talking to you."
Yeah. That's exactly what would happen.
I mean,
multiple times. And then I was like,
sense.
I'm done making picks.
Yeah. No, I mean, all that makes sense. Yeah, but hopefully we bounce back soon. I mean, right now we sit at 5-3 on the winning to losing weeks. It was just like your Bills going into yesterday, and they got a huge bounce back week against the Jets. So there's a nice comparison there. Speaking of, you talk about trying to put it behind me. I tried to watch my own NFL team. Falcons are in the playoff picture. It didn't work out so well. I got to watch the first quarter, and then we lose 43-3. So I just got beat down at every avenue this weekend. Just a tough weekend for.
Aren't you playing the Patriots this week?
Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. Retro uniforms, which are nice.
A little Joe versus GC battle.
Yeah, there he is. Look at him in the back. There we go.
A little battle there.
Nice.
New England versus Atlanta on Thursday night. I'm looking very quickly here. I like to get a little taste of what's to come on Wednesday. You'll make your official picks. No Bellator this weekend, so I'm assuming just UFC, which might be what the doctor ordered.
It might just be, yeah.
Miesha Tate, -120.
Yeah, I mean, that fight is just a coin flip.
No, I like Miesha's chances.
There you go, making picks.
Sorry.
Good luck getting Ketlin Vieira on if she wins.
Yeah, I guess so. Chiesa Brady's. Michael Chiesa, underdog.
Yeah.
Dicey.
Yeah.
Undefeated Sean Brady. Interesting.
I mean, there's some good lines. There's some intriguing fights out there.
Joanne Calderwood, a big underdog, +240. Talia Santos, really good.
Joanne Wood. Got to drop the Calder.
Sorry. Here I am talking all about it. And I made the same mistake. Ooh, that's interesting. Natan Levy making his debut. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot to like here.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but dude, I can't only bring negative energy to you. I'm just one man. I lost. I was down bad. I got torn up. We got killed. But not everybody did. I got to give a shout out to one of my boys. Oh, yeah. This is not only the biggest hitter of the week, man. This might be one of the biggest hitters I have ever seen. My guy, UFC pick, MMA bets. He cashes a 6-leg plus 247,652 parlay. Like,
what?
That literally sounds fake. I have to say it again. Plus 247,652 to 1. That's over 2,400 to 1. Buster Douglas, he was only 42 to 1 against Tyson. The Miracle on Ice, U.S. Hockey, they were only 1,000 to 1. That's how long of odds this was. I mean, look at this ticket. Like, it's unbelievable. Andrea Lee in the second round. If Cynthia Cavillo doesn't quit on the stool, then he loses. Felicia Spencer, that one gets called with 35 seconds left in round 3. I mean, like, it took a lot of luck. He also cashes 3 underdogs outright. I mean, turned $5 into 12,382.
Wow, and this guy's legit. Didn't make this up.
I mean, this is a ticket. Yeah, this is a ticket.
This is a legit ticket?
Yes,
okay.
From my book, yes.
Wow. How many fights total there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6, and all but one were at plus money.
Man.
So shout out to my man here. Yeah, I'm going to start, try and highlight the positives every week because someone's winning. Someone's hitting big.
I like
tickets,
that.
Even if it's not me.
I like that. I mean, yeah, because this would have been a really depressing segment. Shout out to this guy. What's his real name? Do you even know?
I hit him up. He just said he just wanted the handle. I was like, you want me to shout out your name? Tony, anything like that?
UFC Pick'em MMA bets. Man, maybe we should get him in here.
Maybe I shouldn't do this because this man is going to come for my job.
Do you find MMA gambling tougher than other sports because of these sort of,
I just find that you can get unluckier more often in MMA. Like you get Minakov or whoever in Bellator breaking his finger.
Yeah.
The illegal knee with Sungwoo Choi, just things like that. I mean, I almost catch a parlay with the Arce Song over 1.5, and it gets killed 44 seconds before we hit it. It's just
there's all these different crazy factors that come into play.
Oh yeah, I mean, look at I was on Ben Rothwell.
Yeah.
I can't say anything. I was on Ben Rothwell fairly confidently this week too, and it just he just got destroyed. He just got pummeled. It's
I guess it's worth noting because let's say you're watching a baseball game and you're up 8-1, of course teams can come back, but there's not going to be some crazy freaky thing that happens to turn the tides, right? In MMA,
right,
you can literally be up, you could be up 2 rounds just kind of skating by
and then just get K'd.
Yeah.
I was starting to feel better and better about Miguel Baez as the fight was going on, just with what he was doing with the leg work and everything. And you could tell it was really starting to wear on Chaos, and then just, ends like that, man. It's just, I just feel like the variables can get kind of out of control. But I mean, we've had some bad bounces lately, and eventually we'll just start getting lucky. We'll be, for every bad beat, someone's getting a good beat. So eventually the tide will turn. We'll be all right.
Well, what a great main event. What a great card. You kind of wish that it was an arena with a lot of people, because could you imagine the ovation that those two guys would have gotten?
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
After that main event?
I was on Holloway, but Holloway at -700 was disrespect to Yair.
I agree.
Yair was, you said it
he was
on
game. He was game.
Preview. Oh, game for sure, man.
And then I just saw this thing come through Twitter where Endeavor announced their third quarter report. Endeavor, the majority owner of the UFC, they delivered the best 9-month year-to-date period in UFC history. They were obviously helped out by the UFC's continued strong growth across live events, residential and commercial pay-per-view. And so if you are hoping for the UFC to get out of the apex, you look at that 9-month period, a vast, portion of that success comes from the fact they don't have to travel all over the world. They're saving a ton of money. They're making a ton of money by putting those events at the apex, selling select tickets. I just find it hilarious that this all started May of last year, where they were saying, you got to get out, you got to get out, you got to get out, we got to be first, this and that. And now everyone's doing events in front of a ton of people, and they're the last ones still doing events at the cozy Apex. Now, the Apex has been great. It's been a godsend, but come on. At home, are you not tired of the Apex? It's not the same. It feels a little sterile.
It's also weird, that video of Holloway running out to the ambulance, to take a picture with
outside,
Yair. It looks like he's running out of a rec center. It looks like, just a Saturday, rec league basketball game that he's going out to.
100%. It's still sunny outside. There's no one there. There's no crowd.
It's into a parking lot. Yeah. It's not like he's running out of MSG onto the streets of Manhattan or something like that.
And I get it. Look, I get it. It was a godsend.
For sure. Yes, for sure.
Good for them for having the foresight. But at this point, you can't bang the drum that the world has opened up, this and that, and you're still at the apex. Now, this is if you're wondering why they're still at the apex, this is the reason why. Because not only are they saving money, they're making money by being there. They've got a nice little thing there. The hotel's right there. This is it's just a beautiful thing. Anyway, we will talk to you on Wednesday. Get back on the horse.
Got to bounce eventually. Bounce back eventually. Look at this, man. Talk about confidence being shot. I can't even say a sentence.
We'll see how it goes on Wednesday. Thank you very much, GC. And thank you, as always, to our good friends over at DraftKings.